Hey guys, guess what it is not today in Oklahoma? It is not really hot. It's still a little warm, but it's really nice today. It started off the day in the 40s, but it's good 60s, upper 60s right now. But anyway, not here to talk about the weather. Let's talk about the dirty rat. There it is. It's all done. And I did end up putting the winch on. Painted it up to match the theme of the tractor, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb like I was hoping not to do. But let's start from right here. Custom little hoop that I made on a rusty angle iron that I did some clear coating to, made it look nice. Little decor chain that I could also use as a tug point. Got LED par 36 headlights. They are very bright, no need for fog lights unless I want to blind somebody. There's my custom painted American flag hood. We'll start this side. As I've mentioned before, I've moved the front axle from about where that bell crank is. Well, that's actually the original front of the tractor, right there. So I've moved the axle forward about 10 inches from the stock location. I have put on 4x4 heavy duty go-kart hubs on the front, so I can have the 4x4 tires with lug nuts, so I can change them out easy. Under the hood, we got a 18 horse Briggs & Stratton opposed twin horizontal shaft. Custom air breather that I made. This is using the stock little cap to hold the breather. The bottom is the stock bottom side of the breather, but I traced it out and cut it. I'm running an iridium spark plug. Runs good. This is my foot throttle cable wrapping around. It's actually a governor bypass of sorts. I'm tugging on the governor. Kind of like what you do on a go-kart if you want a little more speed. Idea from Scott Andrew. Using a vent cover for the flywheel side of the engine. I really like the looks of that. Drag link that I made for the extended front end. Got here an Ugo horn, so I can annoy people. Made my own little battery tie down. I also made these little tree kicker things to save on the fenders if I hit a tree. This tractor originally had a hydro in it. Well, as you can see by these little holes right here, this is where the hydro cooler came out, and where this little notch is, had the little scoop went over the flywheel. And that was where the hydro release was, but that didn't work from the day I got the tractor. Made my own little shifter. On the dash, I have an hour meter and tachometer, my key switch, horn switch, USB, and my voltmeter. And there's my headlight switch. Of course, the choke and the tethered kill and throttle, dash throttle. I use a wood grain on the dash. Thought that looked pretty snazzy. Back to what I was mentioning. Used to have a hydro in here, and it died, so I swapped it out with a Peerless 2300 from a Murray garden tractor. It was a 1985 Murray garden tractor. I fitted that in there, and I love it. Made me a custom little brake lever out of a little wrench. It works, as I can't move it now. And there goes the hood. And on this side, I've got my custom little 7/16 gas pedal. Be amazed how well my foot sticks on that. And there's the other end of that wire I showed attached to the governor. My tree kicker for this side. Up here I am running a 7-inch front pulley. As you can see, I've got the Holy pulley mod. I've got it on there. I'm running I think a 4-inch on the rear. And as you can see down there, I've got the Holy pulley mod there as well. And on around, custom exhaust. Get this hood back open. It basically used the stock little nipple, welded on some pipe, came into one and down under the footboard into this little motorcycle muffler. As you can see, there's pretty good air gap between that footboard and the muffler, so you don't roast your foot. But there's the box for my remote for the winch. There's my hood latches. Don't want this thing popping up and snapping my fingers or skinning my fingers should I hit a big bump. But that's pretty much it. I call it the Dirty Rat. I'm loving this thing. Right now I've got my dirt track street tires. I actually like this tire set better than the others. I replaced the linkages with the Heim joints. I don't know if you can see that very well. That's pretty much it. It's been a fun little build this year, and I think this one's going to last me a while. I'm back. I'm showing you the stack of tires here. These tires are for my extreme off-roading with the Dirty Rat. I'll show a picture of it right about here with them on. And also right here beside the stack of tires is my, I call it my adventure rack with the toolbox. It easily slides over the 2 bolts there on the back and down here with a little pin that goes in the bottom. Here, I'll show you real quick. And I've got a little pin and a washer that goes in there to lock it in. You get the idea. It goes on pretty easy. I can put that elsewhere and good to go. And then it's just that easy taking it back off. I didn't realize you couldn't see the pin in the washer, but basically in the little V notch there in the bottom right there, I just hold this washer in and slide this pin in, and it becomes pretty sturdy. It's really sturdy right now, but if I hit a big enough bump, I can knock it off. But when it pins in there, it's tight and doesn't move at all. In case you're wondering about my little toolbox right now, the little ammo box, I've got a couple screwdrivers, a couple pair of pliers. There's my pin to hold the rack down. A few extra lug nuts so I lose any. I even got bolts that I use for the wool studs on the back side of the hubs of the transaxle. And an extra socket here for 3/4 for these lug nuts that I can use on this ratchet. But there you have it. Just a few extra parts and pieces. That'll actually grow as the more use I get into it, because I'm sure there's other pieces I need to get, maybe some other nuts and bolts, and maybe a set of spark plugs just in case or something like that. thought that looked pretty snazzy.